Hey kids, welcome to section 4.5, Bank Statement Reconciliation. Today we're going to learn how to reconcile a check register with a bank account statement. So I want you to think about what do you think might happen if you forget to record bank charges. So if you forget to include a deposit, you might not have as much money as you think you have. Or if you forget to include a credit, you might think you have more money than you have. So it's really important that you keep track of how much money you have. And so therefore, when you receive your bank statement, you're going to reconcile or compare it with your check register to be sure that they coincide or agree. And so reconcile is when you take your check register in one hand and you take your bank statement that you got in the mail in your other hand, and you make sure that they are in agreement, that both of them say you have the same amount of money. So first you're going to look at your register balance. You want to make it be the same as your statement balance. So when you're looking at your register balance, that's the amount of money that you think you have in your checking account. So you have your check register in front of you, and it's the balance on your register. Now, things that you won't have thought about are service charges. That's money that the bank charges you for different services. Well, that's money that gets subtracted from your account. You also have to think about interest. This is money that you earn from a checking account. So that's money that you're going to get, so that's added in. We want to make sure that this coincides with a statement balance. That's the amount of money that the bank thinks you have in your checking account. So this is the balance that is on the paper statement that you got in the mail. Some things you got to think about: outstanding deposits. This is money that you put into your account after the statement was printed or mailed. You put them into your account. Those are added in. So last one, outstanding debits. This is money you took out of your account after the statement was printed or mailed. That's stuff that gets subtracted. So kids, the point is you're going to have a register and you're going to have a statement. And sometimes the statement gets mailed to you, but you then do more things in your check register, such as depositing or writing a check. So sometimes they don't actually look like they have the same amount of money, but you want to make sure that they always do have the same amount of money. It's important for you to keep your bank account records accurate and up to date. You do not want to write a check for more money than you have in your account. If you do, you will overdraw the account and you will be charged a penalty. So basically, if you have $100 in your checking account, but you try to write a check for $150, not only will you not be able to give that check to the person, but you'll probably get charged a $25 fee because that check was not good. Sometimes they call the check bouncing. If you've ever heard a check be bounced, that's another way for a check to, or another term for when a check is not valid. So if you want to find your adjusted balance, which is the number that you should have in both accounts or both places, take your statement balance, subtract any checks or payments or any debits, add any outstanding deposits, think about interest and service charge. All right, so let's take a look and see what this looks like. So every month you're going to get your account statement in the mail. If you flip it over to the back side, there's going to be something that looks like this on the back. It's called a reconciliation statement, and it literally looks just like this on the back of your statement every month. So let's see how we use it. Lee's check register balance is $8,754.33. His bank statement claims that his balance is $10,714. So basically, look, Lee's check register, his checkbook where he writes everything down, he thinks he has $8,000. But the bank says, no, man, you got $10,000. Well, it's nice the bank thinks he actually has more money, but we need to make sure that it's right. He notes that the bank paid him $3.45 in interest and deducted a 50-cent service charge for his bill payment. He finds these outstanding checks and deposits. Here's an outstanding check number 979 for $650.84. There's check 981 for $1,456.89. There's a deposit, an outstanding deposit of $150.75. We need to reconcile the statement by filling in the information. So basically, right now our check register says $8,754.33. So here it says register balance, here it says register balance. So we're going to put the number $8,754.33 here. Wow, that's really ugly looking for. Let's change that. Okay. There's letters here, A, B, C, D, E, F. Those are the things that you need to fill in to be able to see that the statement and the register are reconciled. Okay, let's keep reading. He notes the bank paid, his bank statement claims that his balance is, here's statement balance, $10,714.26. All right, so again, register balance is what Lee thinks he has. Statement balance is what the bank thinks he has. All right, let's keep reading. The bank paid him $3.45 in interest. Here's interest. We're going to put $3.45. Now remember, interest is more money into your account, so we're going to put a plus here. And deducted a 50-cent service charge for bill payment. Well, here's service charge, 50 cents, 0.50. A service charge is money that is taken out of your account, so I'm going to put a subtraction symbol here. All right, keep reading. Outstanding checks and deposits. So outstanding check number 979. Here's where you're going to write outstanding checks, payments, and deposits. We're going to put the check number here, 979, and we're going to put how much it's for over here, $650.84. Notice which column I'm in. Then we have check 981. Notice there's a gap in the checks. The check is for $1,456.89. All right, let's keep reading. Total deposit. So if you go down here, outstanding deposits, we're going to put it underneath in the white line, $150.75. Now, outstanding checks. Checks are money out of your account, so I'm going to put subtraction symbols by the checks. A deposit is money you put into your account, so I'm going to put a plus sign by them. All right, now we have to reconcile. So first let's do the left-hand column. Left-hand column starts with $8,754.33. We're going to minus 50 cents. We're going to add $3.45. So if I do all that together, I get $8,757.28. It's kind of like there's an imaginary line chopping this in half. And so we're going to try to get this same number on the bottom in F. All right, if we go to the right-hand side, I need to fill in letter D. Letter D stands for total outstanding checks, which means I need to add these two numbers up together, and then I'm going to put that total down here in D. So if I add these two together, my total is $2,107.73. Okay, letter E is total outstanding deposits. I had one, so this part's easy. I'm just going to write it down here, $150.75. Now to find my answer down here for F, which is adjusted balance, remember I'm subtracting checks and I'm adding deposits. So if I take $10,714.26, subtract the $2,107.73, add the $150.75, I get at the bottom $8,757.28. And wouldn't you know, the new balance and the adjusted balance are the same. So kids, the whole point, the register is what you have in your hand that you're keeping track of all your items that you're spending things on and depositing. It originally started out at $87.54, but we actually have $87.57 because we didn't know about the service charge and the interest till the end of the month when we got our statement. But the statement, $10,714, by the time they mailed the statement, we had written 2 more checks and we had made 1 more deposit. So we actually didn't have that in our account, the $10,000. We actually had the $87.57.28. So kids, the whole point is that these two numbers right here have to be the same. If they're not the same, you did it wrong. Got to be the same. All right, that's one example. All right, let's see another example. Okay, so this one here, we have an account statement on top. So this is the statement on the top. and this is the register on the bottom. So just like on the previous side, we had a statement balance and a register balance. Look, kids, here's the statement balance and here's the register balance. Same thing, just looks different. Directions say to use Tina Weaver's monthly statement and check register to reconcile her account. So right now, our statement says that we have $1,434.19. But our check register says we have $2,045.19. So we need to make sure that nobody missed anything and that everything's accounted for. So part A says, what is the ending balance on the statement? So the ending balance on the statement, $1,434.19. What is the total of the outstanding deposits? So we need to figure out what's been accounted for and what hasn't. So look in your statement. The first thing is check 395 for $79. So go into your register. Here's check 395, $79. I'm going to put a little X here. Now some people put a little check. Notice how this first one, check 392, has a check mark. I'm just going to make it bigger and put an X there. So basically I'm saying that, okay, the bank knows that I wrote that. And I know that I wrote that, so everybody's fine. Next one, a deposit for $600. So look in the deposit column. Here's the $600. I'm going to put a little X there. Okay, and I'm good there. Next one is check 396 for $51.10. All right, check 396 for $51.10. There we go. Next one is check 393 for $12. 393 up here, $12. Then I got check 394 for $133.81. $133.81. I got a deposit for $250. Deposit for $250. And I got a check for $11.40. Check for $11.40. So kids, anything that doesn't have an X in it is outstanding. So this $50 check to Mary Lewis is outstanding. This $39 check to Ciangiola Motors, outstanding. This $700 deposit, outstanding. So those are the things we need to make sure that we reconcile. So total of the outstanding deposits. Well, there's only one outstanding deposit, so the total is $700. What is the total of the outstanding withdrawals? Remember, withdrawals are the same as checks or payments. We have two of them, 50 and 39. If I add those together, my total outstanding withdrawals is $89. So we had 700. Yep. So, okay, letter D, what is the revised statement balance? Well, the revised statement balance would be to take the statement balance as it is and to add the outstanding deposits and subtract the outstanding checks. So take your statement balance, ending balance, 1,434.19. It's also what we have for part A. Take the outstanding deposits and add them in, 700. Take the outstanding withdrawals, subtract them, 89. And the total that you get is $2,045.19. Okay, what is the balance of the check register? Balance of the check register, oh, look at that, $2,045.19. Does the account reconcile? Big fat yes. Okay, so we didn't have any interest to deal with, and we didn't have any service charges to deal with, so that's why we didn't have to use a big 2-column chart. All right, kids, that's how you reconcile a bank statement in section 4.5. If you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, keep calm and keep trucking.